Hi, Vicky. Thank you for your final essays in this package. And as you can see in your email, I have already offered you the 9 essay package. It's not the 8 essay, actually, it's a 9 pairs of essays that are going to be corrected. So now let's have a look at the letter about the barking dog and the green energy essay. So the letter. Dear Mrs. White, I am contacting you regarding your new dog, Lucky. Even though I adore him, his non-stop barking interrupts my daily life. Please allow me to explain the details. Very nice statement of purpose. Since you brought Lucky home, he has been barking days and nights. Very good. As you know, I'm a self-employed architect working from home. We need a linking word or expression here, perhaps. So I found it difficult to concentrate on my work or even have conversations with my clients on the phone. Yes, you really have to emphasize the fact that it's difficult to even talk on the phone. It gets even worse at night. Why becomes? Because this is a formal letter and you want to continue being formal, and get does not belong in the formal style. It becomes even worse at night. Again, you really need a linking word or a semicolon. Otherwise, this is a mistake called comma splice, because you put a comma between two clauses that should have been separated by a semicolon, a full stop, or by an appropriate cohesive device. So I have trouble to sleeping with excessive noise from Lucky. Okay, consequently, this exhausts me and affects my productivity during the day. Okay. I guess the reason contributing to Lucky's barking is that he feels unsafe in the new environment. I wouldn't say contributing, I would say for. The reason for. Or the reason why Lucky barks so much is that he feels unsafe in the new environment. Therefore, I would suggest that he be taken, great use of grammar, absolutely appropriate, to pet trainers or similar professionals to calm him down and help him adapt to a new environment better. I wouldn't say calm him down because pet trainers don't do that, but perhaps teach him how to adapt to a new environment or a new place or a new owner or something like that. I would be grateful if you could address this issue as soon as possible. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Yours faithfully. Okay. Yours sincerely this time. Why? Because you know the name of your addressee, hence you need sincerely. Vicky, okay, let it be. I understand why you chose to sign with your first name only, because let's assume that Mrs. White is a person much older than you are, so and she knows you, so you would choose to sign as Vicky. Anyway, if you feel like it, feel free to add your last name to the signature. Anyway, this is a great letter, great style. Mind the small grammatical corrections. And yeah, this is great. Now let's have a look at the green energy essay. Okay. Experts around the world have been debating whether clean power is the optimal energy for society or a substantial pitfall of energy security. Okay. I strongly agree with the former idea due to its costs as well as environmental impact. This is a nice introduction. You have your stance clearly outlined, but I would correct a couple of things. So whether clean power is the optimal energy for society, I would say whether clean power is the optimal type of energy for society or a substantial pitfall of energy security. I wouldn't say of, I would say for. And I wouldn't use the word pitfall because pitfall is a likely drawback. So you can speak of, let's say, overusing cohesive devices is a typical pitfall a first-time IELTS test taker. So this is the way you would use pitfall. But in this case, I wouldn't think so. So perhaps, okay, threat or substantial danger, let's say, for energy security. I strongly agree with the former idea due to, and I would develop in a longer sentence this part, in a longer clause, due to the fact that it is cost effective, that this type of, this method of obtaining electricity is cost effective and environmentally safe. So you need to expand it, this part more, because if you say its cost, you refer to the costs of the idea and the environmental impact of the idea. And this creates an unpleasant confusion. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that clean energy can benefit the society significantly. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, unlike the byproducts from burning fossil fuels, most of the clean power produces minimal waste. Okay. Well, yes, theoretically, yeah, minimal, because, depends. Therefore, replacing petrol and coal with solar power and nuclear power can effectively reduce environmental problems such as global warming and air pollution. Yes and no. There's only one little big problem here, and the problem is nuclear power. You can call nuclear power clean power, but not green energy. That's the thing. Because nuclear power technically does not produce any waste, but it is not 100% safe. That is the problem. So typically, environmentalists do not include nuclear power into what is called green energy resource, okay? So this means that you need to rethink the whole argument. Anyway, I told you about this, so I'll go until the end of the paragraph just to check grammar, vocabulary, and overall cohesion and coherence. But this is a problem with task achievement. For instance, studies conducted by Oxford University demonstrate that an average European city can reduce air polluters. I wouldn't say polluters, air pollution or air pollution, no. The contamination of air, blah, blah, something like, but not polluters, by 30% by adopting nuclear power demand supply. Yes, I told you about the logic. A nice example if you could use it, but you can't use it. Secondly, there's an unlimited supply of green energy since its sources are renewable and everlasting. This is the good part. This is the absolute best part. As a result, the cost will not be affected by the possible exhaustion of the supply. Okay, I wouldn't use possible because the exhaustion is not possible. So by the exhaustion of the supply. How about a linking word? Therefore, it is conclusively clear that non-polluting energy offers users a more eco-friendly and economical option. Yes, very nice, good use of economical, perfectly correct. Okay, and look at this. Your first body paragraph is bigger than the second body paragraph. Okay, on the other hand, opponents argue that clean power cannot guarantee a stable power supply for the society. I think you have quite a lot supply used, but okay, let it be. This is because natural power sources heavily depend on season and weather, on seasons and weather conditions. I would say on seasonal and weather conditions, just to show that the conditions are season connected, right? Seasonal as the adjective. For example, if a town solely relies on solar power, its power generation. Okay, how about electricity? Electricity is the type of power that we need. Would be greatly affected by an extended rainy season. Consequently, it would not be able to satisfy local power demands. Hence, it is possible to state beyond doubt. I have a feeling that this consequently and this hence are kind of excessive. This means that you need to do something like this. And as a result, it would not be able to satisfy local power demands. I did the same thing. I simply used another expression instead of consequently, right? Okay, and then this hence wraps up and creates a conclusion that you actually want to make. It's possible to state beyond doubt that relying only on renewable energy can lead, let's say might lead, because if you say it is possible to state beyond doubt, it means that you agree with this part. But I thought that you agree with the positive part. So it is possible to state, let's say, to a certain extent, that relying only on renewable energy might, and this offers the tentativeness. It's like the hypothetically, yes, that's possible, but people are smart and they think of backups, and you could have mentioned the backups to an energy shortage. Okay, great. Now you know what you need to do. You need to make this your second body paragraph and this your first body paragraph. Of course, switching on the one hand and on the other hand, and make sure that you don't really start with opponents argue. You can say the opponents of, let's say, renewable resources argue that, blah, 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 and so on. Why? Because first you show proof that you understand the logic of the counter argument, and then you proceed to building, developing, and concluding on your reasons and examples, because this works best. To conclude, even if clean energy is more likely to depend on weather conditions, this resource, because you're repeating yourself, is a notable alternative to fossil fuels because of the relatively low costs and possible environmental impacts. Positive, beg your pardon. Okay, great. This is a very good essay. I can see you improve. So yes, okay. So I'm really happy that you want the next package. You really need to practice to get rid of all the minor errors. Note all the remarks that I made, and I'm sure that your next essays will only get better. All the best of luck.